Welcome to Ship Coverlet. I'm Adrian Fort.
No, I'm Dalton Gentry.
What are we doing?
Variety Hour. I think this is 20.
Is it?
I think so. I don't know why that just popped in my head, but I'm pretty sure we made it through 20 of the new Variety Hour. Season 2.
Season 2.
Season 2. Variety Hour Redo. Electric Boogaloo.
What you got to talk about?
Well, we've had a bit of a respite, as our apology video will explain a little bit better. So, like, I haven't done anything.
Yeah, we haven't planned this either. Like, we haven't planned when. We've got an apology video. I don't know if that will drop or has dropped. Like we say, we film once a week.
I'm sure we would have had that up as soon as possible.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get that up as soon as possible because I am doing the editing and uploading now. Why, Dalton?
Hangs out, plays Nintendo. Story of his life.
What?
What?
I said, why am I doing the editing and uploading?
Oh,
now?
I thought you said while Dalton. Like, what is Dalton doing in this period of time? No, because our brand new laptop is not turning on.
It's
because
dead.
It's fun. Magic times.
It's dead. The world sucks.
I always keep imagining, like, Josh is eventually just going to come clean and be like, yeah.
I ruined everything.
I spilt water on that. I'd be like, oh, well, that would have been great to know, Josh.
I accidentally peed on it?
That's the thing,
I don't know.
When I'm not using it, I even, like, put it away, so I'm like, no one can touch you. Be safe. I give up. Anyway, tomorrow, I am doing something with my family, and this is a bit unorthodox, but it's a big deal in my, like, immediate family. We are going, as it is October, to a midnight live performance of the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Nice.
The Rocky Horror Show in live form. I love the Rocky Horror Show. It has always been a huge thing in my life. When I was in college, like pretty fresh out of high school college, we actually did a live show of it at the small town that I'm from.
Yeah.
Because everyone that I associated with worked at the movie theater, and we got away with it.
Yeah.
And the town I lived in has 9,000 people. But if you take away both prisons, it has about 6,000 people who live there, who aren't imprisoned there. So we did the Rocky Horror Picture Show in that town. And naturally, I was Frankenfurter. And I remember going to the Walmart at like 10:30 at night, because we're getting ready to head over to the theater to start the show, get all the people in, everything. And I have this huge, big old pea coat, and I'm bundled up in it, because it's winter. It's October. And they're like, why are you wearing the coat? It's Walmart. I'm like, you've got a point. Fishnets and heels, a corset and everything, walking around the frozen food section of Walmart with my little basket. Oh my God, the looks that you get. Worth it. Absolutely worth it.
Did you have the beard?
No, actually. Okay. I was clean shaven. I shaved my legs, which is a process, let me tell you. It's the first and only time I've ever done that. It is a process.
It is a process, and it itches like hell later.
Oh my God, it was terrible. I
may or may not know about that.
Clean shaven. I had my long hair at the time, but you washed it down, kind of like Tim Curry curls to it. Had my makeup and everything. The perm, basically. My hair looks naturally permed, though, so whatever. Great time. But yeah, it's always been a big deal in my family. I don't know how many times I've gone. But my father got a hold of me. He's like, we should go to the Rocky Horror Picture Show this year. Yeah. My father, again, 6'6", 300 pounds, all-state wrestler. He's like, we should go to the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I'm like, all right.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We can do this. I expected we were going to go to like the 7 o'clock show, and like I just found out today, and we're going tomorrow night. He's like, 7 o'clock show's for old people. We're going to the party, midnight. I'm like, okay. So if I survive that, I'll be back next week.
If you survive that, other people are saying Dalton will be here if I survive.
So I always feel like it's variety hour. We just tell personal stories. Megan worked at this movie theater, right? She's always been just there. She worked at the movie theater at the night of Rocky Horror, but she was actually the only one who worked. Like everybody else, like just sloughed off, so she had to do the projection and everything. She's never seen it.
She's never seen it?
She has never seen it. She's never seen the movie. She's never seen a live performance. She has no idea what it's about.
This is for such a treat.
And like, I keep telling them, like, we're going to go see this, and they're like, oh, that's exciting. She's like, yeah, I've never seen it. People are just like,
Every time I watch that movie, I like it more.
And like, I don't want to show her the movie version. I'm like, you experience it live first, because you need to see it live to appreciate the movie. And
I've never seen it live. How long is it live?
Not normal like a musical you go see. It's 2 hours, 2.5 maybe with intermission. Oh my God, so much more fun live. Yeah. Holy shit! Like the movie does not hold a flame to a live show.
I'm such a Tim Curry fan though.
And like, I've seen some bad Frankenfurters. I've seen some good Frankenfurters. I once saw a version of it where they did it all steampunk, and Dr. Scott had robotic legs. Very weird. But, whatever.
Yeah.
We're going to go, I think this is the 25th anniversary of this particular live show in Kansas City, so like, it's going to be a big one. I'm excited. I am terrified that she may leave tomorrow night and never come back. Just be like, nope, hard pass. Not in this family. I'm out.
Whew, you know what? We're done here.
This was fun. Thank you. Handshake. It's all about the handshake.
We all live and learn.
But no, I'm really excited about it. Like, I always find that weird, but like, that's my family's thing. That's what we do to bond. I haven't gone out with my father in years, and this is what we're doing, so yeah. I'm excited. Should be a good time. Should be fun.
Good.
What has Adrian been up to?
Oh,
Good answer. Let's move on.
Yeah, that's about it.
Nothing special, though?
No, nothing special.
Okay.
I don't do things.
Okay. I did some good not long ago. I was really proud of myself for going out and doing this. Got up super early to do it, but her sister has foster kids. And they had a thing at their school where they called it Donuts with Dads, where like everybody's father would come in and have breakfast with the kids and stuff. Now, obviously, the father's not in the picture because they're in the foster care system. And her sister and her wife don't want to alienate them any further. They're young and school children. So they wanted a male figure to go with them. So I actually got up early, drove to the middle of nowhere to this school for these kids.
Where did you find a male figure? Where did you find one, Dalton?
That's me. And yeah, I went and had donuts with the kids. Surprised them at their school. It was a great thing. Really awesome. Had a great time doing that. That was fun. Good times. Good times.
I feel like I did something good for someone, but I can't remember it, so it doesn't matter.
Very Adrian answer towards things.
It needed to be done, and I did it, and moved on, and forgot.
So yeah, that's pretty much all I got going in a nutshell. I've got like a million things planned in October, but I don't want to talk about them until like right before I go do them. So
otherwise, you might set them on fire.
Absolutely, if I talk about it, it might go south. But no, hey, October is super busy for me. Every weekend we've got something that we're doing, going out of town for, weddings, concerts, all kinds of stuff. But, whatever. Got to have fun every now and then.
Yeah.
God, I need it.
You need it?
I need it.
Yeah, it was. So we didn't really talk about the emotional fallout on the apology video. Those two. So we had an external get corrupted and lost months worth of work. And Dalton bought a computer called Yoga. So of course it doesn't work. And that was hard, man.
I went home. Okay, so we were filming. And
so this was a line from Dalton, if I can share this part. He plugs it in, and I don't know if you knew you did this. So he plugs it in, plugs the external into the laptop to upload videos. He plugs it in, and I'm talking about something. And he looks at me. And he looks back at the computer. And I'm talking about something, and he looks at me. And he sees me looking at him, he looks back at the computer. And then he goes, "Oh." I said, "Oh? What does O mean?"
Did I say don't panic?
You said, "Oh." I said, "What does O mean?" You said, "Don't panic."
Okay, as long as I got a don't panic in there.
I said, "What does don't panic mean?" It means fucking panic, something is wrong. And I go, "What do you mean?" And he said, "I'm so glad this happened while you were here." he said, "If this had happened when I was at home, I just would have offed myself because I wasn't going to come see you again." And I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "The external's not working." And it's one of those things where, like, I don't know if you knew you were looking at me.
Okay.
In sheer panic. Because have you ever been around someone panicking?
Yeah.
Afterwards, they have no idea what happened because their body is doing something. Your body does something while your body is controlled by your subconscious, basically.
Okay.
Your posture is controlled by your subconscious. So he was just hunching over the computer, looking at me. I don't think he even knew that something was wrong yet. But I share that because it's weird to see happen.
Okay.
And the moment I saw you crouch and look at me, I was like, something is wrong. This is going to suck.
Okay, let me point this out here. So Adrian is a very, very scheduled and committed person. I think you'd agree with that. If Adrian says
determination.
You don't miss work. If you say you're going to do something, you do it. You get it done. Dalton, on the other hand, is very whimsical and very free-flowing. Dalton also happens to get very busy from time to time because he does maintain social life, grad school, work, relationships.
Just real quick, this is the Dalton Gentry entry of whimsical creatures.
It's fair. It's fair.
Keep going.
And from time to time, he just needs a break to sit and just breathe.
No, from time to time, Dalton has to throw a bitch fit, throw his hands in the air, and whip his hair around.
Yep, that is necessary. But see, it never fails. Like, something will come up, and I'm like, I've got to go film today, and like, I keep trying to figure out how I'm working. I'm like, I can't fucking work it. I have to text Adrian and let him know I'm not going to make it down today.
It's been, 5 months?
Yeah.
3 times now we've missed a week of filming. 3 times now, and we've missed 4 weeks of filming.
Okay, well, okay. So I have to make that text because, like, yeah, I do respect Adrian. We do work on this together.
1.75 weeks.
So you have to send that text, be like, hey, so let me explain myself in a 6-paragraph text. Not going to come today. So had that external, like, just died while I was at home, I would have assumed that you would have thought it was some super ruse, that I just didn't do the reading or something. I always have that fear, that you think, like, I'm not committing to this, because, like, we've had this conversation before. I'm like, no, motherfucker, I'll keep.
And in fairness, you've quit before.
Fairness, yes. And, like, so, like, I guess I was just relieved to be like, oh, it fucked up here. Oh, he can have a glimpse into my life. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. So anyway, I got home that night, the night of the collapse.
The night of the fall.
The night of the fall. One of our good friends, longtime viewer of the channel, longtime subscriber, patron, everything, Claude, was planning to come over, wanted to introduce me to his girlfriend. Great. He lives out of town. He's getting ready. I think he just did move to Washington, D.C. He's actually a political reporter out there.
Wow.
Yeah, doing good for himself.
And then there's us.
And then there's us. So he comes over, and, like, he doesn't know what's going on. Like, I remember texting him, like, listen, I'm going home, because he was going to meet us here. I'm like, no, I'm going home. Bad news. My phone sucks because technology. It has 3% battery. So, like, I'm trying to charge it on the sit-down charger, wireless charger, because it doesn't charge if you plug it in. So I'm trying to hold it on a wireless charger, drive down the highway, and try to communicate with Claude to let him know that I'm not going to be in Kansas City. And he gets there, and I just start drinking. I start drinking a lot. I start drinking straight liquor. I start drinking wine out of a box because it was convenient. My goal for that night is to wipe it from my memory. So I'm pretty sure in, like, the absence, I haven't seen Claude in a while.
How ironic.
He just assumes that I am just, like, a raging alcoholic at this point, but, like, I wasn't even justifying it. He showed up, like, I'm just start pouring glasses. I'm like, listen, I haven't fucking eaten, so I'm going to eat this sandwich. Introduce me.
That is not a sandwich. That is bourbon.
This sandwich happens to be made of straight gin.
Don't, that's not a sandwich. That's Jack Daniels. Well, I'll be goddamned.
God damn, that happens again. Every Wednesday.
You're going to knock that off. What, is that you?
It's fine. Okay. It's fine. So yeah, I don't know. Bad deal. And, like, it just kept piling up and kept getting worse to the point where wholeheartedly Megan just, like, set me down. She's like, listen, I understand you're pissed, but get the fuck over it. I'm tired of listening to you whine. I'm like, but it sucks.
Yeah, for me, it's rare that I just get mopey.
Fair.
Normally, I am fueled by 100% ethanol rage. And it wasn't even that this past couple weeks. Like, I've been, a lot of times when things like that happen, I can take them into the gym and make something of them, you know, or I'll sit down and I can hammer through a project, or I can rage edit things, which I did do that. I've done some things, but I didn't even go to the gym, man. I didn't even go to the gym.
What topped everything off for me is I had a test coming up, the class that I'm taking this semester, the first graduate class, and I have fucking busted my ass. Like, I've gotten an A on everything. I go to every class. I participate. Flawless. This is the first test in my life I actually sat and really studied for, because I wanted to keep that going. It's a new wave of motivation. Busted my ass to study for it. Go in, super confident about it. Get there, look at the test, and I'm like, I don't know any of this. This is terrible. So I spent the majority of the next week assuming that I completely bombed and failed that test. Didn't do well. I'll take a C. That's fine. I assumed worse.
It would have been interesting to hear about this on your Dalton Goes Back to School series.
Well, that would be nice if I had a laptop to film it on.
Oh.
But anyway, salvaging. And then at the top of that, you still have to go to work. You still have to go to work. For 8 hours, you have to sit there and be like, you know all that work that you just did trying to get away from this? It's gone now. This is your life.
Yeah.
Pull the seat a little closer to the desk. Dust off the cubicle. This is your life.
Yeah. It's been rough. Because, and above all else, you mentioned we're trying to get away from work to do this. It's fun,
It is fun. It's enjoyable. It is.
One of the things I'll do when we post videos is on my breaks, I get to check comments.
Yeah.
And there was none of that.
I always check my comments at work. So, I'm sorry, I just thought about this. Like, I was so pissed off with myself and, just so furious that this completely just exploded.
Number 94. What is... Whoa!
I sat down and I went through every fucking review we've done. I've got up to 94 literary analysis reviews. Just went through to, affirm to myself that we're not fucking up with this. We're doing good work. You're welcome.
Wow.
You're welcome.
Welcome for what? How will we use that?
I don't know, but I felt good once I got it done.
For you, and I'm glad you did it.
It was.
Worthless.
Novels, poetry, short stories.
Oh, is that our ratings for them?
No, that's just the numbers. I think.
Short story. Okay.
I wanted to go through and do the ratings, but I realized that I couldn't just scroll through and write. I'd actually have to watch and find the rating, which would take days.
Yeah. Which is one of the reasons that now we tried to do the little bit of editing with it. Nice. I don't remember what I was saying. It doesn't matter.
A little bit of editing with the ratings.
That tells you where you are in the review.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I tried to I sat down, I'm trying to affirm to myself, you're doing good work. It's just a fuck up. It's fine. Yeah. It happens to the best of us. But whatever.
Well, it wasn't just a fuck.
Shut the fuck up.
No, I'm not piling on.
Carry on.
It wasn't just a fuck. It was multiple fucks. Very
all
quickly.
All at once. And even just general life just kept slamming shit. 2 or 3 days ago, Megan's car, somebody busted out the window while she was at work. Oh, yeah. So I'm like, whatever. This is completely normal at this point in time. If anything's going to go wrong, now's the time. I'm assuming my house is on fire at this point. It's fine.
I'm assuming that some part of the apartment is on fire right now and we just don't know about it.
Oh, we'd know.
It's very small. We'd be seeing it. We'd look at it.
It'd be quick.
Yeah. Please be quick.
Yeah.
At this point, just put me out of it real quick. That was so much work. And there were some that we lost that
we didn't even know we lost.
Yeah. A, that we didn't know we lost, but B, when you've done enough of these reviews, you know when one is bad.
Yeah.
And you know when one is that was solid work. We got some good stuff out there. We got some thoughts. Someone's vision of this piece will be changed by this review. And then there's some that are transcendent. And I hate to sound egotistical like that, but when you're talking about something as dry as literature, there's some we did that were solid work start to finish, a whole 30-minute review. The things we said will probably have changed something for someone watching that video, which is a win, and they were entertaining. Yeah. You know when you've hit a video
Trifecta.
On something like this that is entertaining. And we had some that were entertaining, and they're gone. Yeah. And you can't...
You can't recreate it.
No, you can't recreate it.
No. So what I'm sincerely hoping is, like I said, I do have someone who is going to look at this hard drive for us and not charge us the
$1 billion.
$1 billion it takes. And if they can salvage those videos, it'll help. It'll help the sting.
Or some of, like we say, we don't know what's actually on there. Yeah. We had so much work. We had done so many things. We don't know what's actually on there. A great deal of work.
Yeah. But is what it is. This caramel macchiato is not bad, though. I'm just going to let you know that. I actually was going to go, when I realized coffee was in my mouth, I just spluttering all over the table.
That's pretty good.
But yeah, that's what I've been up to. I've just been self-loathing.
Yeah.
Planning some nice things. It's been a week. It's been okay.
What was your first exposure to Rocky Horror Picture Show?
Okay, so I remember, and I would probably say I was about middle school age, which middle school where I came from is 5th through 8th.
Oh.
That's what middle school is. And I do remember, like, I knew I've heard of Rocky Horror, but I'd never watched it. And I was at some friend's house. They were having some kind of, middle school party. And it had to have been around Halloween. They're like, oh, we're going to watch the Rocky Horror Picture Show. And I remember watching it and being like, what the righteous fuck did I just watch? This is terrible. But it sticks with you.
Yeah. You don't forget it.
Shit,
You can't forget it.
I know I went to Missouri Western, our alma mater, when they performed it.
What?
Yeah, they did a live stage version of it. I probably was a freshman in high school. And it was actually a damn good performance, too. It was good.
Yeah.
And that really just kicked it off for me. I've done the show. I've seen the show. I remember one time in high school, probably on Halloween, we had a Rocky Horror party at my parents' house. Like, full props and everything. Like, I remember after everybody left at 2 o'clock in the morning, my father comes out of his bedroom where he, kept himself away from it. And there's just nothing but confetti everywhere. There's toast hanging from the ceiling fan. And he just, looks around and just walks away and comes back with the vacuum and sits it down and then goes back to his room like, okay, sorry. But yeah, it's a good time. I love Rocky Horror. I'm really excited for it. Hopefully it's a decent show. And I mean, beyond that, it'll just be good. I think my mother's going, my father, my sister. It's very rare we all get together and do something fun.
But it is funny that you say, I hope it's a good show. Because the worst show of Rocky Horror Picture is a better show. You know what I mean? There's...
Yeah.
The movie itself, you can tell, what was that scene? Brad.
Janet.
Dr.
Scott. Rocky.
That scene is 4.5 minutes long.
Yeah.
And it was somebody high in the editing room that was like, oh man, I'm just gonna loop it. I'm just gonna loop it. And that's how that happened. That is how that piece of cinematic gold happened. That was not in the script, I guarantee it. And that's how the entire movie is.
You are absolutely correct, though, because some of the worst live performances I've ever seen is when you get there and they have the disclaimer, please do not shout out lines, it distracts the actors. Please do not utilize any props during the show, it distracts the actors. And they actually take it seriously. I'm like, mm-mm.
Yeah.
Some of the best shows I've ever seen is, I went and saw one, it was actually at a community college, Johnson County Community College did a version. They actually put plants in the audience with an audience script to shout out the actors, and it was fucking gorgeous.
Really?
So the actors were prepared to, know that people are going to be shouting stuff out. And I remember this first time I ever seen this, somebody was on their cell phone, and they actually stopped a song, and the entire cast came to the front of the stage and stared the guy down. They put the spotlight on him until he put his fucking phone away, and they walked right back and continued the scene. Fucking gorgeous. And you could only get away with that in Rocky Horror.
Oh, yeah.
But no, it should be a great time. I'm excited for it. I'm sure I will be either gushing or very upset about it next week. It's one or the other. But we'll see. It's always a good time. Good times.
Yeah.
And hell, it's Rocky Horror, so I'll be entertained either way.
Do you have any loves on the level of Rocky Horror?
I like something that's just stuck with me for a long time like that.
That you could do year after year and never get tired of.
There are a lot of things that I enjoy doing every year, like the Renaissance Festival in Kansas City. I go to that every single year. It is different, though. It's like an event we go to every year. No.
I don't know that there's any movie. I don't know that there's any other movie I could watch as often as I watch Rocky Horror and just never get tired of it.
There are a few movies, though, that I can sit down and if they're on, I'll turn them on. And I know that I know every word of the movie because I've seen it 100 times. Shawshank Redemption. I can't tell you how many times I've seen that movie.
Really?
Yeah, because it's always on TV. And I'll flip through, there's nothing here I want to watch. Oh, Shawshank Redemption. And I'll just sit there and just...
Why do you do it with that voice?
I don't know.
Oh, Shawshank
Redemption.
Oh, I like this movie.
I've probably seen that way more times. Oh, Brother, Where Art Thou? Are you familiar with that film?
I'm familiar with it. I've never seen it.
I enjoy it. It's very musically. I would consider it in the realms of a musical. There's a lot of songs. I'll watch that anytime it's on. It's just for things like that. Just, if they're on, I'll turn them on. We were talking earlier about trailers for movies. I'm so sorry. This popped in. Creed 2. Oh my God. It looks
I haven't
amazing.
seen that trailer yet. I have not seen that trailer.
I know what we're doing after Variety Hour. That's happening.
Vice.
Trailer.
looks amazing.
Vice looks amazing. Christian Bale as Dick Cheney.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And somehow Steve Carell, dressing like Steve Carell and acting like Steve Carell, looks exactly like Donald Rumsfeld. And I don't know how no one's never noticed it before.
I just like to imagine like they were casting for Donald Rumsfeld, and for some reason like there was just like a copy of the 40-year-old version on the desk, and they looked over and like,
No, I imagine what happened was they casted this movie with Google reverse image search. They put in Donald Rumsfeld and Steve Carell
popped up.
And it's like, oh, well, I'll be goddamned.
Look at that.
He'll be in for this. What's he doing these days? Not shit.
Oh, so since you're talking about doing 365 videos next year for Strip Cover Lit, I know
You're
you
goddamn
mentioned
right.
that. You're goddamn right. So you told me I'm taking next semester off. I was actually thinking about taking a class that you would completely be opposed to, but I would just enjoy.
What?
And I think it's good to enjoy school every now and then. I enjoy literature classes, so I take literature. They have a backpacking class.
What?
Backpacking.
What?
Yeah, you get together once a week, you talk about backpacking stuff. I'm sure you learn, how to read maps, how to do all that. And they take a bunch of backpacking trips.
What?
Thinking about doing it. I think it'd be fun.
No, I'm sure it would be. What?
Yeah.
It's called backpacking.
Yeah, the class is called backpacking.
Backpacking 501.
I think it's a PE class, but yeah, it's like PED 10 whatever backpacking.
All right.
So if I die in the woods,
First day of class. Yes, Adrian. So, would this be a good place to bury a body, or?
I just want to show up and be like, oh shit, I didn't bring my backpack. God damn it. It's the one thing.
What are you planting back there? It's just a small plant, man. Don't worry about it. It's just a small plant. Nobody's gonna see it, man.
If you're in Missouri, vote yes on Amendment 2, November.
Is it real?
Yeah, it's a thing.
Is it to legalize or legalize medical or
Medicinally.
medicinal?
Yeah, absolutely.
Which, from what I understand, a lot of it that's medicinal is just to help you sleep anyway. So you just
A lot of benefits to it. A lot of benefits. Good thing. But anyway, that's for another time, because this is the end of Variety Hour. And we have trailers to watch. I'm going to show you Creed.
Yeah.
Anyway, you want to finish us out here?
hit the like button to spare our feelings for all of the work that we lost. Hit the subscribe button if you somehow made it this far and have not done so. And we hope to see you next week for Variety Hour. We'll have a review up and we will have Harry Potter up.
I know what you're talking about. I got like a whole fucking month's worth of shit. I have nobody to talk about with.
Yeah.
Not really. I haven't done anything. It got to a point, like at one point this last month, Megan's like, listen, I understand you're pissed, but you need to perk the fuck up. I'm like, fuck. Is that recording? God damn this. I'm so flustered now. Lord, the vapors.
The vapors.